सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and Fitness Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu. Welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State session to this intermediate training session. So I will be covering some interesting discussion about modern Benoni for black. Also I will give one. Also I will give one suggestion for white against modern Benoni. So I will want to discuss because I have already given you ideas for both white and black. So let me give you a position. Move by move, I explain first. Transposing to Benoni now. So we have got the Benoni position main line. So not normally white must prevent b5, so a4 is necessary. I have explained to you that the exchanges will give some freedom of maneuvering room. Okay, this is good idea because you need to complete development. So you cannot do that d6 pawn is hanging. So this is doing two things. One, he is also watching e5 indirectly. The e5 break is the main thing in modern Benoni for white. So this is one, and this also helps the knight to come out. So the opening is normal, and I would say the position is level, equal, not so dangerous. The backward pawn, but hardly he will have time to bring the knight to or exploit that d6 weakness. For example, suppose you imagine this diagram. This is terrible position for black. This is a terrible position, but it is unlikely. अभी नाइट f4 नहीं आ रहा है तो क्या करेगा अभी nd2 ne2 तीन चार मूव है तो बाय दैट टाइम ही विल कंसोलिडेट trying to double the rook. A good idea, necessary. So this is an important moment. I give you time. Every time I'll question. Without knowing much theory. Yeah, that is good, Ramakrishna. It's a good talent. Yeah, you can play. You are talented without knowing theory. If you find correct moves, this is good. What should black do now? Just now he has played. You have to see the obvious intention. White wants to play now f4. Then he will have some edge. So knight comes. The idea, if you play f4, then I can crack on f5. I can take bishop into c3 and give an exchange sack. Now, as I told you, white is preparing to the maneuver, knight coming to c4 with a positional edge. You will never get. In the meanwhile, black is preparing to bring a knight. Black is preparing to bring a knight to this point and controlling lot of squares. No break. Both players are playing as per. So you should not allow knight coming there. c4. So this solves all the problem. Now the knight is also anchored. The g5 move, you can't play f4. So black has maneuvered the pieces just in time. Notice that if white can manage to bring a knight to f5, it is good. But once again, it is four moves. Once again, you have to come by f1. You have to move the rook knight f1. So In chess, you do not get so much time. Suppose you are allowed rook e1, knight f1, knight e3, knight f5. Black will do something in the meanwhile, and does that. So finally breaks. It is bad. How should you play? The position is plus for black. Why it is plus? Let me explain to you. First of all, the bishop is having playing no bad bishop. The second, the farm control, the knight bishop. A piece is there. It will replace if you capture another piece coming. You come and exchange, another piece will come. So he has seized the seat, a square in center. I already showed you one position seizing a central square. So now he has seized a square, he has bad pieces and bad structure. And the queen side majority, even though it's a backward pawn, even though it is a backward pawn, there are three against two. That means someday this break must come. So, any question here? Alekhine, which game? How can Alekhine easily winning position? Okay, I will see that. I will see that. Alekhine versus Bogulzovo. I will take that later. At the end of the class, last half an hour, I will discuss games and all your discussion. No problem about it. Okay. So this position, what plan you should do now? Getting a good position is not enough. You need to find a plan and execute your plan. What to do? Yes, central square, but now there is a plan. No, no, no seaport, no seaport. The whole point is this rook is redundant rook. Redundant rook. This knight is redundant knight. So you need to make use of the pieces. So why this move? I want to make a room. I want to reposition. I want the rook here or rook here to start operating. Notice now giving a threat. Bishop, you cannot give the dark square bishop. This is a very good piece. You can't give me dark square bishop. Now he is giving one move threat. The threat is one move. Rook into and then queen into. He is giving a threat, so I cover that. So now the position is plus. You can see the judgment of Grandmaster. Great player. He was worth. He could have become world champion. Leonard Stein. Now now b2 pawn will be hanging because the rook is pinned, and the g2 bishop is taken. The king is weak. Plus the position is very bad position. You know this is a bad position, bad structure. So the whole point is finding a plan at that point. This was very important. This is the one I liked it. Queen d8 back. This is very important plan. And scoping up. Okay. Now I will ask some another question next game. Also Leonard Stein. Okay, so far so good. Exchange is favorable for black. Now you need to take that, otherwise it is bad. You have to unpass only move. So black has got counter. A target for the rook, a target for the bishop. So here, how should white play now? Black to play now. What should you do now? You get this is a good position for black, but always it is important to find a plan. So what should you do now? Okay, I will tell. I will answer your question, Ramakrishna. Wait. No. I will answer your question. Wait. What should black do now? Hello, Venkatesan. No, it's fine. No, no, no. There is no king side attack. No, if you want a king side attack, your rook should have been here, your queen should have been more active. This, there is no king side attack. So this is weakening the position. I do not advise to weaken. What we need, what we need that bishop should put pressure here. Number one. And who is obstacle? The two pieces. So you should not allow some tempo. So first move, you go bishop here, rook. What is the idea? Now my plan is to bring the knight here, and knight here. And then the knight will go to center. This is one of the idea. If opponent makes some gives some choice or some opportunity, I will I will avail it and I will deviate. And I can bring the queen here also, putting pressure. So this is bringing the putting pressure, maneuvering the knight pressure. You better defend. If this is bad, this is passive. So this way somehow someday he is hoping that he will come on this point. This defender. Of course, I can defend, but this is a better way because while defending also, I am preparing to enter the square. I think in this position already White is very upset. Liberson is a very strong grandmaster, so he has this position. I think White is outplayed. I mean, the bishop is doing nothing here, and the king side is weak. You cannot employ the bishop. You have to better watch this. So good move. Now I will tell you in chess now black pieces, white pieces are on defense. So when you have to open a second front, already this point he has to worry. He has to worry at this point also, entry of the knight. So the second front he opens up. I will tell you one joke. Now, okay, a country is there. Suppose somebody is attacking from the south. So you take all your army tanks there. Then somebody attacks from the north. You cannot bring everything. That is what the Soviet did to German. That is what that when the Hitler and with his army went inside Russia in the severe cold, all the tanks, all army, everything. Suddenly there was an attack near his country, other side. So everything has to go back, half of them. So open a second front, open a second front. Now you cannot come back suddenly to the defend the king side. Now taking this is bad. This is obviously bad. Okay, so he pushes them. Now I regroup the pieces. Quick, very quickly I come and notice. Please notice. I will come to the point. When you attack, he did not play at this point bishop c8. He did not play this. You know how deep the grandmaster think. Leonard Stein, he was high speed, maybe faster than Anand also at that time. I mean, very active and attacking player and scientific. He was not very rash. Gave a lot of positional sacrifices. He surprised the world, chess world, by beating grandmasters in 20 moves, 21 moves, 22 moves. With grandmasters. Party finish. Absolutely great talent. Died in heart attack. Heart attack. So here he did not play the move bishop c8. Played knight. Now suddenly second front has opened up. The queen is coming to g6, h5, d5. Gone. Now the position is not defendable. The position is terrible. Rook d4 is coming. Rook d4, bd4, then bishop coming. This position is no more defendable. The pawn weakness. What he cannot defend that. Regrouping the pieces back. So the knight is free. Now the knight will enter the scene. I want to play nb5 and nd4. इधर जाता है. The point is, I want to exchange. Actually, he wants to exchange, but knight ko hatao. He says, you do not watch all the square. Go back now. Minus plus. You know, people don't study the past masters games. If you study Leonard Stein, then your conception of attack will change. Scientific attack, and he was giving knight sacrifice, piece sacrifice, exchange sacrifice, sometimes 2 3 pawn sacrifice. Now the position is very passive. White pieces are uncoordinated. The rook at a2, the knight at d3, bishop at f1, miserably placed. ये जाएगा अभी एक एक करके सब जाएगा. So the whole point is finding a plan. So Benoni, you need to study. Just the openings will not help you. If you want to play Benoni, Benko, you make a good collection of 100 games, very good games of Benoni, 100 games of Benko. And don't you study them, don't go quickly. Study on the board and make your observation. Basically, I will tell you, FIDE has made some rules. Now it has changed that every country will send their best players to a zonal championship. Then from zone to interzonal. Then interzonal, then the 8 players will qualify. They will play quarterfinal, semi-final, then final. The winner goes to world champion match. But there was a restriction. For example, if you allow Soviet 10 players, they will all go to candidates. All 8. Suppose you give 8 strong players of Russia, the others have no chance. All Russia, it will be a Russian championship. No interzonal. So FIDE made a restriction that no country can send more than 2 players. No country can send more than two players. But Russia, there are six world champions and some deadly attacking players like Kortunoi, Stein, Taimano, all great players. Poluaski. So there was a problem. So they were very angry, you know, that from the some very weak player is getting a chance. Okay, so during the Russian championship, they were playing very wild, desperate to come in top two, so that they will go and play in the interzonal. So it was very difficult getting a qualification from the Russian tournament. Okay, Benko more popular than Benoni. I will tell you, Ramakrishna. In Benko Gambit, there are only limited variations, very limited line. And Benko endings are normally, in general, the Benko endings are favorable for black. And there are the simple plan. Once a player understands the strategy, Benko is very easy to play. But in modern Benoni, you have to find ultra sharp lines. You have to open second front. You have to play very dynamically and find only moves. Sometimes you have to find only moves. In Benko, it is not like that. So Benko, Benoni, the difference is white player, you don't mind a Benko because there are some cold water treatment. They can play very solid like wood pusher. Benoni, it is not like that. Like many players don't like open Sicilian because it can be anybody's game. So opening playing modern Benoni, when the game becomes sharper and sharper, it can be anybody's game. That is why many players don't like and then don't stop. For example, suppose I am playing a very strong player and he is King's Indian defense player or Benko player, then I can see a line and I can get him into my own analysis. On the tournament, he cannot get out of my preparation. Suppose I am playing a Kings Indian player or a Benko Gambit player, certain line I will prepare and go. But Benoni it doesn't happen like that. It can be anybody's game. Suddenly the face will change. So and also it depends on the style of the player. Also. Okay, so that is why Benko is more easier to play. Okay, so you are asking me a doubt. I will tell you 24th move. So Queen D8. Here, this will not be so nice. I will tell you the whole point is now you are giving lot of squares. For example, by doing this, you are weakening the squares. Okay. So, okay, that is one observation. And the pawn is under three attack. One, two, three. So I don't think it's a good idea. Let's see. Let us see what I will do. Let's see. One, I can put pressure. Now, first of all, I bring the bishop here. Now, I want to bring the bishop to b6, taking away your d8 square, c7 square. Now, knight has already tied down for the pawn. Knight is tied down for the pawn. Otherwise, knight would have come. But now you cannot go do that. So, what are you doing for this? Hello, Parvat Thakkar. I don't want to now. Rook C1 is idea, but I will keep pressure on the line. First meet this move. Knight D3. Knight D3 will lose material. Rook into pawn. This knight will fall. Knight D3 will lose material. So in D3, Rook C4. Already your pieces are tied down. Now this is a problem. So you when you are doing, don't create a unnecessary some play. This position is very solid. White has no target basically. So he has this rook is not doing anything here. So he has to come this side to do something. So this is a good move. Now I am aiming at a weak square and deploy the rook here when both rooks will be good. Now the rook is redundant, right? Now the rook is redundant. But after the move and I come here, the rooks are action and I will open square. So this is a correct way to play. Okay. Now, okay, some players don't play. They do not stop them. Sometimes. The idea is to development and they say that no problem. One day if you push the pawn, I will exploit the C4 square. Once you push the pawn. Idea, knight will retreat and come to C4. So let's queen E2. This is not a good move. The threat is coming. He is giving a threat. He is giving a threat. But it is bad. So now mechanically if you play, then he can get a good break. But it's a good move. Now pawn e5 is not a dangerous thing. But now you may say the bishop belongs here. Yeah, it will come. But the king has become bad now, target. Not very well placed. Number two. Now the pawns are advanced. Will give trouble. So he plays S3. Regrouping the piece. Okay. Now what should you do now? Tell me. So black took it. Now I want you to evaluate and what should black do? The position is minus plus because bad king situation of white. What should black do now? Yes, congratulations, Dina Patel. Bishop d6 is winning immediately, winning the game. A player should be aware of the vulnerability of a piece. अभी ये नाइट कहाँ जाएगा? ये कहाँ जाएगा? कहाँ जाएगा? Even you know another one is coming. Now this is also coming here. So if you retreat, then c4 wins. Knight हटेगा तो bishop जाएगा. And if you take, simply queen into. अभी ये नाइट का हालत क्या है? हाँ, नाइट का क्या करेंगे? एक ही जगह है। फिर अभी गिव दिस मूव मिजरेबल, ये आएगा। अभी पुश दिस, अभी ये आएगा। हाँ, तो नाइट हियर, दिस इज अ टेरिबल पोजिशन। ये गया, कंप्लीटली होपलेस पोजिशन। अभी क्वीन एफ फोर को गार्ड करो। हाँ, there are so many things will come under attack. अभी if you play, you are on the line of the rook, I will just play knight here, अब ये थ्रेट आना चालू हो जाएगा। तो कहाँ जाएगा ये? So the whole point is the vulnerability. You cannot just like that queen e2 and castle. I will tell you why. What makes the white player to play queen e2? Because they see somebody playing queen e2 and giving threat and winning. For example, for example, for example, this is Maya Chubundi's former women world champion, 17 years. The first women world champion was Nona Gaprindasvili. Then Maya Chibunidis, 17 साल, a long reign. Then comes Zaizun, Juza Polgar. Then so many came. Ju Chen, अभी कौन है? एक टाइम में अलेक्जेंड्रा गोरा चिकनिया, और एक टाइम में जू वेंजू, है रूफान, बहुत सारी प्लेयर, वुमेन प्लेयर्स ऑल्सो कम। और क्या ना, अलेक्जेंड्रा कोस्तान्यू, तो वो स्ट्रॉन्ग प्लेयर्स है, दो दे आर मेन ग्रैंड मास्टर्स। The women got GM title in men. As for the position and what is white following the rules any better than black, as it does create a much bad position as black has more than enough time to develop. Yeah, okay. So here Yana Belin in the Women Olympiad. So nice moves, Benoni, no problem, good. Now bad moves. A rule is a rule. You need to play d6. Now, after that move, now bishop g2, bishop g6, knight f3, bg7, castle, castle, and now knight c3, rook e8. This is we have discussed. A nice position for black. Nice position. White is also okay. The level position and no problem. But instead of playing, black turns out to play sharp. This not good. So such a move will be punished. Because violating the basics, एक तो ये डायगोनल में है, एक तो प्रॉब्लम है। सो आया, he comes. Now this is a good. Now the king in center, there is a tempo here. If the pawn was on a6, queen e2 is not a tempo. Please note this. Please note the difference. In the last game I showed you, the pawn was on a6, so queen e2 was not a tempo. Now you have to play. Now playing is, it is too early. It is now coming because of the tactical shot. ये जो है, अभी टाइम नहीं है ये खेलने के लिए, अभी ये रोकने के लिए टाइम नहीं है। क्वीन सी सेवन आएगा तो मैं e5 कर देगा। अरे, अभी क्वीन सी सेवन आएगा तो मैं e5 कर देगा, ये नहीं। So this is the problem, that queen e2 is a good move here. अभी आएगा, अभी फोर e5 क्रसिंग, हो गया काम तमाम। अरे इसमें क्या होगा, चेक। नाउ बिशप रिटर्न, बिशप अटैक रिटर्न, खत्म। The position black king is bad and it should win the game. So queen e2 is a good move because he got a tempo. Because of now कोई ये गेम देखा होगा, then you play queen e2 in a different position, doesn't work. ये नहीं चलेगा अभी queen e2, ये कोई tempo नहीं है. So here I have played simple. You want to castle quickly. This becomes rubbish now. Now you have to repent that bishop has to again move. So one should not just make, is this move order good? What is that move order? Which game are you talking? This is a bad thing. B5 is a bad move. Don't play B5 early in the game. So here, this shows here. Now BF4. You should. I told you that there is no problem here. You can play direct at H5. You can play BG7. So he cannot come now, right now. So I discussed in the morning, I think, the theory of BF4. Did I? So ये सब खराब move है. For example, you don't have to play Queen E2. Somebody plays a rash move like this, B5. You don't have to come. Now D6 has to be played. Now you don't have to play E4. Even if you play normal moves, black will suffer. Positionally. Now I told you E4 was a good move. E4, but now simple knight, castle. Now E4. Now A4. This is because I want you to push so that C4 I will exploit. This is a bad move. Of course, this is bad. Now push. Now knight will come. Notice that this knight is not coordinating well. This is not correct. Not correct. Okay. This is a good move. For example, I will tell you if he will play immediate castle. Now knight c4 bf4 will come. Now if you plus castle, there is a problem. You cannot develop nd7. Now bf4 is a threat now. So these are the problem when you make unnecessary pawn moves. This b5, b4, bishop, it is waste of time in the opening stage. Wrong. So this he played knight d7 now. So you have to remove that plus minus. ये तो गया. So this is another way to punish that b5. You can simply play or you can play sharp. Maya Chibundis was very young, so she played very sharply and won. Esteban Chom is a positional player, so he played in his time. So whatever it is, the b5 such moves are bad. It's bad move. These are bad variation to play b5. So far so good, so good. Castle. Now I told that this is the most aggressive and active. This is the most correct way to, because you see I will see for example here now c6, now knight c3, now c5 d5, take take, now d6 e4, g6 f4, now here bg7, knight f3. Now you don't give a check. Okay, it's not a great thing. The check I have discussed. After check, this is the correct move I told you, knight. So let us say he doesn't give a check, he plays knight. So he castle. Now he plays maybe here bishop to e2. So here you should play rook e8 to be sharp, but you don't have to play rook e8. For example, the main object that he wants to play e5, open the position. So this will lead to a very sharp play. Anyway, e5 will come, and now it will lead to sharp play. But you don't have to play rook e8 now. The safest way is bishop. Now e5 will be pointless because after I take the knight, that is having no future. You castle, there is no knight will come. You cannot play now e5 and rook e8. So this is a very safe way to play. It all depends. You want a sharp play, play rook a direct. You want to play safely here. Instead Differmian played the rook e8 move. Where is Differmian's move? Differmian, अरे Differmian. Instead of rook e8 here, knight d7, you should simply play bishop g4. आगे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. नहीं e4 आने के बाद. Okay. Now this is bad. This is bad. Abhi he played knight e4 and after that now he got into trouble. This is bad. But you do not have to. When you play knight into pawn, and now knight there, you can just go back also. What can I do here? I think it is already is overplayed. The pieces are underdeveloped. White is better here. White stands better. And winning the game. Because queen check and bishop is coming. After you cannot take that. After you take queen check, I think this is finished. This finish probably winning immediately. Material and mating attack. So what is wrong here? You don't have to play. This position is not dangerous. So you play here castle, castle, and now this I do not recommend to play this move. So for example, you can do. I want to say Stein, Albert, this one. This is a 2019 game. A game very recent. Last year it was played. So here instead of playing rook e8, he comes here. I will play. No, कहाँ से आएगा? तुमको ब्रेक ही नहीं है. Now no e5 break. It is black who is now better. Believe me, when you play size without coordination and development, if you keep pushing, it will create weaknesses only. It is not attacking. Now again threat will come. Idea NB3 threat, C4 is a threat, B2 pawn, and now queen exchange will take place. Queen C4 is coming, NB3 coming. Minus. This position is minus. Why this move? Without interrupting, if I have to play, I will still, the rooks must be coordinated. The position is now, white pieces are passive. Rook attacked. Simply choked actually. He has no maneuvering room. Now b5 is coming. So this is a modern approach. This is how you should play. R8, ND7. Huh? But in the game, this was, you see, game played in 1985. After some 35 years, improvement must be there. So you cannot see a game and go to tournament. You have to see the latest development always. So any question here? Hello, Parth Kuntal Raval. What about E5? When is E5? When is the E5 move comes? Not in this position, I think. You are talking of some other position. No, 8 E5. When is E5 coming? All right. Next game I will go. Mistakes by black. and how black could do better. This is my main idea of this session. Normal e5. So this looks dangerous, but it is not. The whole point is, do not open the position. Your king in center, you do not open. You may win a pawn, it will turn out badly. So what you should do? Knight of d7. आपके पास दो choice है. You can take and then play some attack, or directly you go. I recommend to play safe. This is safest way. This is safe move. But in that game, it took. Magaramo is a trainer. It took. So now this is bad. I will play e6. It will turn out badly. All this is known to theory. Plus, अभी कैसल ही नहीं होता है. Because of bishop and queen is watching, कैसल करेगा जैसा बिशप आ जाए. किसने बोला था पॉन मार ओपन करने के लिए? So paying the penalty. Plus, अभी कहाँ है कैसल? कितना देर तक रुकेगा? कैसल किया, आ गया. Now this is bad. A bad position. चेक. अभी अगर पुश करेंगे तो ये आ जाए. यहाँ पे थ्रेट. अब ये पुश करेगा तो ये आ जाए. ये तो गया, मेट हो जाए. So all the problems started because you are opening the game. Somebody plays e5. आपको ये मारना जरूरी नहीं है. कोई रूल नहीं है ये मारो बोल के. So what you should do? You should play knight e7. अभी e6 आएगा. How? So my recommendation, you play nd7. Alexander Fier is a good modern Benoni player, young grandmaster, अर्जेंटीना का है. अभी सेटल्ड जॉर्जिया. अर्जेंटीना ग्रैंड मास्टर जॉर्जिया भाई. अभी बहुत फर्क है अभी गेम में. व्हाइट का डेवलपमेंट हुआ ही नहीं है. नाउ बाय द टाइम यू डेवलप, यू विल कंसोलिडेट एंड मटेरियल बेटर मटेरियल. जाओ पीछे. बैड पोजिशन. अभी d6 पॉन तो गया. अभी कैसल कैसा करेगा? हो गया काम. re8 इज कमिंग. माइनस प्लस. दिस पोजिशन इज माइनस प्लस. तो मैं कह रहा हूं सीधा सीधा, ये e5 पे कोई दम नहीं है, बट मारोगे तो तकलीफ होगा. So you don't take it. Play an d7. For example, white was wiser, Anatoly wiser. Black was गारी भाई कस्पारो. गारी भाई कस्पारो तो बच्चा था, फिर भी मारा, लेकिन माइनस हो गया था उसका पोजीशन मार के. मे बी आई कैन शो यू दैट गेम. सो यू शुड नॉट टेक. अभी दिस इज बैड. नाउ आ गया अच्छा पोजीशन है. ये दूसरा भी गेम देखो, वही फियर का है. रिसेंट गेम 2019 का है. तो ये नो प्रॉब्लम. हो गया कैसल हैंड कैसलिंग. ब्लैक स्टैंड्स बेटर. कुछ नहीं है, वही कोई थ्रेट है. e5 को 3 जोर है. e5 is 3 support. So bishop e2 is not good. कुछ नहीं होगा. ओपन आइडिया. अब ये मारना चाहता है. he wants to take bishop into f. ये मारना चाहता है. सो कट गया. आगे क्या करो? दिस इज कमिंग इन ट्रबल नाउ. दिस इज कमिंग इन ट्रबल. आफ्टर दिस डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा. c4 इज अ थ्रेट. चलो जाओ. अभी नाइट इज सुपीरियर देन द बिशप. अपोनेंट का व्हाइट स्क्वायर बिशप है, सारे ब्लैक में है, और ये पॉन वीक है. इट इज नॉट ए पास पॉन, ए वीक पॉन. Be a risk basically. I would not advise to go to a corner, but the grandmaster calculated that he can come back in time. Normally, you should avoid without properly assessing. Now time में आ गया हो गया, because queen exchange हो जाएगा. If you play, then end game is bad. Queen check आ जाएगा. So e5 is not a dangerous thing. You should only avoid playing. देखो ये जो है, ओके आई शो दैट गेम, सो आपको वो अंदाजा आ जाएगा ये अच्छा नहीं है. क्यों? Anatoly Weiser. Anatoly Weiser. Weiser Kasparov. So we have a Benoni here. So, so the position he has opened up. Now he played this. This is good for white because it's open H file. Open H file one, two bishops, and the possibility of F5. Then I will exchange the bishop. Here he says it was better to play B6 and bishop A6. Positionally खेलना चाहिए. But if style is attacking, so he comes in wrong. Good move. Now queen into pawn को rook c1, bishop into rook c1. Suddenly ये जो आया rook c1 आना चाहिए था. इधर ये check दिया. This is a selfie. अभी rook c1 के बाद it is better for white because ये queen decentralized है. निकलेगा नहीं. अभी अटैक आ जाएगा. Now white attack is coming. Okay. Now rook c2 के बाद queen d2. I want my queen to come here via this square. So next move rook here and queen d2 and mating attack. इसीलिए वो खेलना नहीं था, मारना नहीं था, लेकिन वो क्या खेला? ही प्लेड दिस बैड आइडिया. नाइट चेक में आएगा. आइडिया नाइट चेक में आएगा, सीधा मार देगा, मैं पूरा का पूरा मार देगा. सो ये मारना मारना चाहिए. ये आया था मारना नहीं आया. क्वीन एक्शन बैड मूव. क्वीन कमिंग बी. सडनली नाउ ब्लैक इज हैविंग इनिशिएटिव. फिर भी मैं आपको E5 का थोड़ा और गेम दिखाएगा. When you take it, why it is bad. In 4 pawn attack on move 8, that is what I'm coming. That is what I'm coming here. So here ये जो मूव है E5, इसके ऊपर मैं आ रहा हूँ. दिस यू शुड नॉट ओपन द पोजिशन. आपको क्या खेलना है? आपको नाइट D7 खेलना है. दिस इज द मूव. You should no problem about this. I told you 2 games. Please make this note of the game. One is a recent game. This is somebody white is some Petrisar versus Fear. I am versus GM. Okay, Petrisar versus Fear. And next game he plays. Who is this? This is some weaker player. Planas versus Fear. So this should be no problem. No problem. But let us say E5 you take. This is definitely not good. E5 this is bad to open up the position. ये ठीक नहीं है. इससे अभी ये देखो, कुजमिन वर्सेस एसपी. Want to just open up, and now queen into queen. Now bishop, castle check. Now rook. This is important. If a player will miss this move, black has no problem. So this is refinement. अभी तकलीफ चालू हो गया, अभी थ्रेट आना चालू हो गया मेरा. So defend at the threat. So knight h3. Again the correct move. If you play mechanically, कुछ नहीं बनेगा. Now this is our target. So knight should come here. Otherwise you cannot create threat. Because once the bishop is moved, suppose you move bishop, then this bishop will play a key role coming to the diagonal. So knight h3. Again the correct move. So notice these two moves. Good move, good move. Now comes check. King f8 forced. So white has played very skillfully and got an advantage. So what should white do now? You need to analyze positions. For example, now the king is in problem because the bishop is watching the squares. So हमारा एक rook यहाँ रहना चाहिए. One rook should come. If you take king into, then rook check, there is again problem. So now this is very difficult. Here I am simply threatening pawn push, and then there is a checkmate will come. If you take it. So take check और गेम गया. Because now this threat is too much. अब ये threat आ रहा है. ये threat is coming. तो ला ये अभी मारेंगे तो पीस गया. ये मारेंगे तो रुक चेक में पीस गया. So all this is well played, but it is not that it is all forced. For example, here I by recommendation just play knight d7. Nothing happens. So all right, I leave that. See, in one game, Lazos Portis, very fine grandmaster. Now you can't play g4 because he is watched. Now I don't have to play. I don't have to play move like e6. So knight f3. Already bad position. You play f6, king side become weak. This is a weak positional move. Now if you want material, it will turn out badly. Bishop into f3 with anti-positional moves will come. So this is h6, pawn attack. Now h6 attack. Now I told you that coordination is not there. The position is bad. Run b7 attack minus plus minus. It is all the result when you open the game. ये तकलीफ में आता है. So I can give you one more example. One more example. When four pawn attack or Benoni this kind of position, you should just play knight d7. Then you have nothing. He has nothing now. अभी ये e5 करा तो knight d7 के बाद कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. You play this, I will play knight. You are insufficiently developed. ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ ही नहीं है. तीन पीस निकलेगा तब तक ब्लैक बेटर. सो nfd7 के बाद e6 आता नहीं. Okay. For example, one more game I will show you which gives trouble to black. It is noticeable game because it is against Grandmaster Tipse. Wiser Tipse, I think. If I am correct. No, not in this. Not here. Maybe I will have to go to. Anatoly Weiser, basically from Kiev, Ukraine, and now he has settled in France. He is the coach of many of the French players and French team sometime. इसमें भी नहीं है, मुझे मेगा में जाना पड़ेगा. अरे क्या बात है. Because I was present, it is easier for me. I can show other game, but since I was in the same tournament, so I saw the game. I remember. Grandmaster visor is white, the say is black. Yeah. Now, if here, I would say it is better in this position. Knight h5 is better. I would say knight h5. Your knight will not get trapped. At the moment this is not coming, and you play h3, then knight g3 is coming. You know, in the worst case, I can go back and regroup my knight to g7. So this is a very safe alternative. I believe this is safe. But now opening the game, he gets trouble. Definite problem will come. Now this further and further it is turn out bad. Naturally. Now I am going to exchange and castle long. White plan is simple. I want to go central pass pawn. I want to push the knight from my area. Then long castle. Then the central pass pawn. So he played bishop f5. Castle. Go back. Oh, this is bad. White is plus minus. A very good move. All this is well planned homework only. This is all well planned homework. Look into. अभी आप किससे मारोगे? अगर pawn से मारोगे, then I think he played with knight. Now this is supported. Taking with the pawn, knight will enter. So it took. Now for the exchange, white has got sufficient compensation. What are the weaknesses? This is a serious weakness for black. This is controlled, and now knight is watching. This square is weak. Now you will say, what is this weak square? How we will explain? Notice. I want to eliminate. I want to eliminate that knight, and I want to enter knight f6. Tempo. Now it is a very simple thing. I am threatening move like queen c3. You need to defend. Rook attack. Now one pawn for exchange, but there is a grip. He is watching so many squares. See, यहाँ से यहाँ तक ये सब he is watching. Most importantly, this vulnerable square. Tempo. Central pass pawn block करो. Attack forced. Finish. अभी इसको बचाएगा या इसको बचाएगा, दोनों में से एक है. But anyway, the position don't have to play. Maybe it is possible to find stronger, but it is already late because this is also not a good one. Queen into rook. So the whole point is not that all this thing will come in anybody's game easily. It's also hey, move like this. Rook f5. So I do not advise that you should open the position. ये जो है ये मत मारो. Okay, 8th move or 10th move, it doesn't matter. Hello, Durga Babu, namaskar. ଭଲ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆଜ୍ଞା? Yes, 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 yes. The story I will tell you. After the game, normally the Indian players will analyze the game with grandmasters. Normally. So Mitrakant was playing Grandmaster Wiser. After the game, Mitrakant lost the game and they analyzed. Mitrakant started arguing that this is my position was good, this is good. And Wiser first he explained that it is not good. I have advantage here, this, white has better. So again he argued. After third time he lost his patience. Wiser said, if you say this is good, you will never become a grandmaster. This is with all my students. Yes, definitely. All right. Now let me tell you two other games. So this I play. My recommendation is very simple. I just say very simple way. You just play Knight of D7 मैच. आपको कौन बोलता है मारने के लिए? अभी E5 को ये क्यों मारना है? E5 when you have a gold, why go for तांबा? हैं? इसमें कुछ नहीं क्या करेगा? This is third attack. Now this is stupid. If you play knight will come, there is nothing, nothing. And now if you whatever you do, just this is not working. So ये मारने के बाद सब चालू होता है. So I leave this and go for the other 3 4 games are there. ये तो मैं दिखा दिया. I showed this game that opening the game turns out badly, badly because after take good move. Now you will say normal player what we will do? We will try mechanical moves. Then कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है. ये एक दो मूव ये करेंगे ना आगे पतरा कुछ नहीं है. अभी कुछ नहीं खत्म हो गया. Knight can defend, rook will join. End of the initiate. So before he could consolidate, a double up piece he brings threat. Knight f4 threat, threat. Again threat. Finish. You cannot play. If you play some move, knight into pawn में mate हो जाएगा. Mate हो जाएगा. या यू प्ले h5. अभी अभी g4 थ्रेट है मेरा. g4 ये करेगा तो मैं साकमात. आई विल गिव साकमात. काय को जाना है लफड़े में? हैं? काय को लफड़ा है? सीधा सीधा नाइट ऑफ डिवीजन खेलो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. सिंपल यू प्ले एनएफ डी7 डायरेक्ट. ओके सो आई लीव दिस गोइंग टू द नेक्स्ट. So Benoni, you can go through my last two lectures on yesterday's two lectures and this. I'm sure today's and yesterday's lecture will give you confidence to play modern Benoni, which is a double-edged weapon. Modern Benoni दो धारी तलवार है. तलवार का दूसरा तरफ भी धार है. तो अपोनेंट के लिए खतरा है, आपको भी खतरा है. जावाज प्लेयर खेलना है. So this is okay. Maybe two more games. Maybe one more game. This game is not linked opening, but a good middle game concept coming from Benoni. Now, Gelfand, great player. Sweetan was world junior champion. Okay, one time, I don't know which year, one time was world junior champion. So, normal Benoni. Night tour variation. Nimzovich played this against Frank Marshall in 1927. New York 1927, Nimzovich White and Frank Marshall. Nimzovich won the game. There is no need. I told you already that bishop g7 is normal. You don't have to worry. He is worried that white black is worried. ये आ जाएगा यहाँ पे. Seeing ghost. सीधा सीधा bg7 कुछ नहीं मिलता है इसमें. ओके चलो ये मुंह खेला. अटैक तो उसने नाइट इज पोअरली प्लेस्ड. First move in the wrong direction. This is It is not yet losing. The first move in the wrong direction. अभी कम से कम नाइट एट खेलने से बहुत कुछ दम है एटलीस्ट अभी ऑलरेडी एक जगह बेकार जगह में है अभी ये कम से कम अच्छा रहता था बैड बेसिक प्रिंसिपल के खिलाफ नाइट का तीन टर्न्स आउट बैड अभी दीज आर एलिमेंट्री एरर अभी आइडिया क्रिएटिव है ये सब पड़ा हुआ है ये बैड है ये बैड है ये वीकनेस है ये वो ना चले ऐसा नहीं चले प्रॉब्लम अभी पहला वीकेंड करो one of the main idea not only I am giving new lease of life ये आ रहा है थर्ड रन में तो अभी एफ आई करोगे तो बी फाइव में खड्डा हो जाएगा बी फाइव में इतना बड़ा खड्डा so he plays bishop very passive pieces okay now the whole point is this this queen is rook is there so taking the pawn looks like a dangerous thing my question to you can we take this pawn क्या हम ये मार सकते हैं I'm asking all of you, please answer me. Can white take that pawn? Veerabhadra says no. So any other answer? Actually, we should not take the pawn, but consider he is practically two pieces down. तो ले सकते हैं हम ले सकते हैं द टैक्टिस विल बैकफायर हम मारेंगे तो नाइट एच फोर आएगा आना दो आना दो नाइट आएगा तो बाबू ये चेक है बाबूजी ये चेक है और ये बिशप का पावर है इसका धार देखो वो मारेगा मारना तो पड़ेगा मारेगा बोला तो क्या है नहीं तो नाइट चेक आएगा मारेगा तो क्वीन एच फाइव अभी ये हिलता नहीं है ये मात हो जाएगा दिस इज द होल पॉइंट दिस इज द होल पॉइंट द किंग पोजिशन इज बैड सो दे आर स्लीपिंग सो यू कैन टेक इट एंड देर इज अ लवली चेक मारो आ गया क्वीन सो बिशप को बचाओ अभी बचना है बिशप ओनली मूव मारो तो मारेगा नाइट से तो मारो मटेरियल इक्वल बट व्हाट अबाउट द पोजीशन अभी डेवलपमेंट बिहाइंड फुल ऑफ वीकनेसेस ये किंग का हालत देखो हैं कौन सो there are many stories so there are many stories in the tournament there are lot of stories I cannot tell all that because they are related to some players and it will hurt them emotionally so I will not okay okay so I leave that so I will show you some more game okay d6 why this move order is important because if you play directly then bv5 check can come suppose you get this structure this directly seventh move here if you play direct benoni no d4 knight of 6 c4 c5 Now d5 e6, knight c3, take, and now d6, e4, g6, 4. Now the directly check is come. So many time black players they try to get Benoni in different move order. So they are afraid of this line. There is no reason to be afraid. I told you there is nothing that this position cannot be defended. No problem. I showed you game of Tapalo. I showed you now queen check can come and queen e7. So no problem about it. But they are afraid of this line and they don't like also the move f3. Some players. Now bishop g7. I will play bishop here. And then this is a bad move. If you get, I will get a tempo. b3 queen d2. You castle, I will play queen. So they are not happy with this kind of position. So what they do, these players after c4 they play e6, and after knight f3 now they play c5. That f4 line you don't get this kind of position, and you don't get this kind of position. So they provoke the move f3, knight f3, and then they play c5. Now Benoni will come. This is no problem. You don't have the sharp lines. Okay, but you don't need to be worried. Already you can play directly. I told you. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Some game you are asking Alekhine versus you 15th game D56 D49. Okay, I will see that game. We will see that game later. First, let me finish this. So this is no problem. Anyway, I will show you how it happened. Now B2 is small advantage. Equal plus equal. This is the easiest thing. Now this is complicated. This will give E5. So you want to play, just play safe, man. The white's only idea is E5 here. This is the only idea. तो इसके बाद E5 आएगा ही नहीं, नहीं आएगा. I am going to eliminate the knight. So this is the safest way. Safest way. Why you want to complicate matter? So अभी आएगा, नाइट आ गया, वही E5 बंद हो गया. Take the center pawn. Give the wing pawn, take center pawn. Plus. Now the pawn structure, central structure बिगड़ गया. Uncoordinated pieces. Black is comfortable. Minus. अभी the position में pawn structure bad, pieces are bad. Bad position already गया. ये तो गया, ये आएगा, खत्म. So this is what I recommend, that you play bishop g4 to avoid. Don't play re8. यहाँ पर ये क्या, यहाँ पर don't play re8. This is unnecessary complication. ये कोई खेला कौन, डिफरमियन खेला ना, नहीं ये खेला. अभी re8 को e5 आएगा. Unnecessary. What white wants you will get all that. Plus so much open line. अभी क्या है, these are passive combination. When there are so much of activity is there, a combination is bound to come. Bad move. The whole point is, please make a note, pawn on the 6th rank, 7th rank, you have to be utmost careful. तो ये bad move. तो D7 आया, एक पीस गया. A new queen is arriving. A new queen is arriving on E8. मैंने एक session, I want to collect some data. I want to give you a lesson about pawns. Pawn breakthrough, pawn on 6th rank, 7th rank, then passed pawn, hanging pawn, isolated queen pawn, then backward pawn, all kind of pawn, double pawn. So एक सेशन में एक दिन चला जाएगा, 2 सेशन, ओनली पॉन्स, पॉन प्ले. तो ये भी ये गया 12 का भाव में गया. अभी क्वीन इंटू क्वीन मारो ना मारो, पिस गया, रूक आएगा तभी मार देगा, खत्म। तो ये सब अवॉइड करने के लिए आपको मैं कह रहा हूं कि बिशप G4 खेलो। यू प्ले बिशप G4 एंड प्ले वेरी सेफ। अभी ये खेलो बिशप G4, ये BE2, अभी ये आओ BG4, अभी E5 आएगा, नो E5। E5 में अभी देर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, अभी नाइट मार देगा, और मार मार के नाइट D7 आएगा, किंग सेंटर में। R8 is safer way to play. Okay, this is also good idea. B5, knight B5 will come later. Black has got counterplay, already counterplay. So I leave this Benoni structure, and if you have a problem, you are feel free to ask me anytime. So I recommend you play modern Benoni along with Benko, but you have to analyze. I've given you some ideas. The recommendation is see who are the players play Benko Benoni. I will tell you. देखो एक मिनट नहीं, इधर नहीं। अभी the Benoni players, I will tell you. These are who are the good Benoni players. I will recommend here. ये ये जो है अलेक्सी, ये जबरदस्त प्लेयर है। Please note the name of the player. If you want to play Benoni, please make a note of the player. This player, Alexei, Alexei, very good grandmaster. Opening preparation, par excellence, sharp. Alexei Ivazini. Next, I would recommend this Almeida. Almeida is also good, young and plays good. Almeida, Almeida Quintana. Okay, this is also a good player. Then दोनों के बाद आपको मैं बोल रहा हूं, ये ये प्लेयर लिखो। तीसरा अंद्रेसियन, जबरदस्त है, वेरी क्रिएटिव प्लेयर, ये आर्मेनिया का यंग प्लेयर है। ओके, अंद्रेसियन जवेन। So please note these players and see their games. Then I will tell you Baccarat, Etienne Baccarat is a very famous player, grandmaster from France. अभी क्या है, सम पार्ट टाइम बेनोनी बेलियावेस्की कभी कभी खेलता है। सो आई वुड से टप्पालो इज अनदर प्लेयर, ग्रेट प्लेयर। दिस इज गुड, ब्रोडोस्की, साइंटिफिक प्लेयर फ्रॉम यूक्रेन, ग्रैंड मास्टर। मॉडर्न ग्रैंड मास्टर बूजियांगी, बूजियांगी इज गुड। पुराना प्लेयर में सेबालो, मिसो सेबालो, टू इम्प्रूव योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, नो थ्योरी। पुराना प्लेयर के गेम में आपको गेम का अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ेगा, नॉट थियोरिटिकल थिंग। सेबालो, मिसो सेबालो वाज गुड। Cipriano is good. See, this player is good. Cipriano, very good preparation. I'm talking for black player, black side, for playing Benoni, not against Benoni. Okay, I will give you Deformian for scientific play. Very good preparation, knowledge of opening, method of playing correctly. Deformian. Okay. Efimenko. Efimenko is another player. This is also good. Modern player. Efimenko. Fear. Alexander Fear. Gassimo Bugar. This is also another player. Please study his game. Gassimo. मर गया है. Great player. Gassimo. अजरबैजान का था शायद. Okay, I think ये modern players है. There are other grandmasters like Anis Giri, Gleck. They play Gofstein. They are good players, but playing only ये जो है Julian Hodgson, very good grandmaster, also Benoni expert. Lev Sakis. So इतना सब गेम है ये. Then Mikhail Tal, of course, Mikhail Tal, Velimirovic, Kononenko, they are all only this Benoni player. Okay, I leave this. Kuzmin is good, very good. Gennady Kuzmin. Jula Sachs. Lubuzovic is very strong. Lobron, very sharp players. Those players are very sharp style. They play all this. Where is that one? Sachs, I'm not getting. Where is Sachs? Judith Polgar, Piguso, Purana Planinek. Okay, I think I have got Sachs here. Sakis, I told you are as Sachs. Very good. Move order. You have to see the move order. How they play perfectly. So I will take you now, go to the doubt of Virabhadra. Alekhine U D49. कौन सा साल में हुआ था? Alekhine you did not write World Championship. Okay, okay, I'll go. World Championship. It should be 1935 होगा. 1935 में होगा. नहीं मिल रहा है मुझे. I'm not getting the game. Maybe you have given me the code correctly. No, I'm not getting. I'm not getting because it was a draw. Here I have kept only winning games. That is why. That is the reason. Okay, okay. Okay, it's a draw, no? So I will get it. Player, you. So here, Alekhine is another way to take it. So Alekhine was white. Code was D49. No, H नहीं D49. D49 है ही नहीं बाबू. गेम में देखो. 46-48. ड्रॉ है. Alekhine का कहाँ आया है? यही नहीं. You are talking some other game. Alekhine you कहाँ से ये आया? Oh, it is Bagulzovo. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong file. I am in the wrong line. Okay, okay, okay. So here I will find the wrong file. मैं Alekhine you ढूंढ रहा हूँ. Sorry. Alekhine. D49. ये है ना. ये 15 में ड्रॉ हो गया. So, कहाँ ड्रॉ हुआ है? Bagulzovo. It says 15th. White Alekhine Bagulzovo. He, you say he was winning, easily winning game, just visible to me. How can Alekhine draw such a easily winning game? Let us see. This is white is better, clearly better. The Botwinic has found all the analysis. White is very strong here. So अभी तक तो सब अच्छा खेल रहा है. Till now, Alekhine is doing all great moves. Maybe opposite color bishop. Black has consolidated. Black has consolidated. No, this is no problem. This is no problem. It's difficult. The bishop plays no role in attack. The bishop plays no role in attack, and there is no way that the rook will come. So I don't see this is winning position. How can you say the position is winning? कहाँ से win है? कुछ नहीं है. Black looks to me all right all the time. No. So Virabhadra, I don't think it is winning for Alekhine. एक ही तो गेम है D49. So कहाँ से win है? ये तो माइनस था. Alekhine was minus. D49. एक ही गेम बबल जो. So okay, maybe some other game. Maybe डाटा में नहीं है. ये तो डाटा है. I'm checking from the data only. Okay. So any other question I can help you? And you wanted to know who are the best Benko Gambit players. Benko Gambit players. I'll show you. Good players in Benko Gambit. Okay. Please make a note. Morning you asked me who are the good players in Benko Gambit. Please note. Number Michael Adams. Michael Adams. Spelling you can just check. Adams. Okay. This is one. Then Lev Albert. I'm giving you two. Lev Albert. Then I'm giving you Joel Benjamin. I'm telling you, recommending, even though number of games are few here, Benjamin. Benko started, but the games are old, so I'm bypassing because theory is now gone up much. So then I give you John Fedorovich. So John Fedorovich, Julian Hodgson, Julian Hodgson. So please note Hodgson. Kasparov played only couple of times, so I will not give Kasparov. Khalifman, Alexander Khalifman, Jaguar Lanka. I tell you, Jaguar Lanka. See, this is Jaguar Lanka. It's good in Ponomario. Some players you note Ponomario. Composition or real life games? Sir, real life games. These are not the composition. The real actual games on Benko Gambit. If you want morning, you ask me a question. Who are the good players on Benko Gambit? So I am giving you. What is most pawns you have seen on a file? Three pawns. I have seen triple pawn in many games. Triple pawn. Composition there are seven pawns. Six pawns. Composition there are six pawns in a file. So these are the players. Okay, I recommend to see their games. Or Kapalo is good, Naganian is good. Okay, so these are the players. Patrick Wolf. So we have 15 minutes. So you can ask me anything. You want a question? I'm ready for chess talk. So any question on chess related, you are free to ask me, or I will show you some middle game positions or end game positions. So no question. Okay, I will show you end game. One end game positions I will discuss. So I give you a position. Okay, this position is white to play. Three pass pawns. So can white save the game? Can white save the game? Can white save the game? My game with Gelfand. No, I have not played with Gelfand. I played many grandmasters, but I never played Gelfand. I played with Deformian, Elvest. I played with so many strong GMs, but never played Gelfand. You mean to say Goffstein? It could be. Okay, Geller. You mean Geller? Yefim Geller. I will show that. First, let us have a look at this position. That can White save this game? So Ramakrishna says he will play King D6. Okay, on King D6, I will play King C8. Next, my threat is to push the pawn. I will show that game with Geller. I will show. But first, let us see this game. So threat, अभी threat है. Threat. So अभी check only move. If you come here, pawn push. So only move check. There is nothing else. Only move check. Then he will play king. If you repeat, then he will again come. So I will play king b7. So he will play rb1 check. There is nothing better. King a6. Now he will play king c6. Mate threat. What else? King a5. Now he will play king c5 mate threat. King a4. Now king c4 mate threat. Now king a3. Now king a3 a3. Now king c3 mate threat. And now king a2. Now this is the defense. अभी ये बंद है. This is the whole point, that you have to decoy the king all the way. Otherwise, it is a repetition. So this position is draw, because after you start h5, then he gets time. King d3 equal. Now I will catch the pawns. This is the point. I get time to bring. One more position. It is a tricky. I will show you. I will show you another difficult position for you. Little bit hard, but once again it is interesting. White king at b3, black c8, then white rook is on d2, bishop c7, and there are cluster of pawns 1, 2, 3, then 4, and here, this, and white to play and draw. This position, white to play draw. क्या करना है? He is just coming, man. Very fast he is coming. He is just coming here. And the bishop will active here. So, what are you going to do now? How are you going to hold the position? Save the game for white. Advance pawn on f3. This is from an actual grandmaster game. Actual grandmaster game. No. No. You need to get a certain method in your mind. Now, for example, I am just showing you a structure. If the pawn is already here, suppose imagine the pawn is already here. That means what do you want? If the pawn is already here, my rook should be on f5. So now the correct move is rook d5. If you push the pawn, then the pawns are paralyzed. That's it. And now the king will join. Now the pawns can come. Now the king will join the battle. So if you push this pawn, the pawns are paralyzed. You understand? Now this is rook f5, and now you can play here draw only. If you play bishop g3, want to push the pawn, then I will start my own pawn draw. अभी अभी e3 आएगा, आइडिया pawn push and queen, तो रुक into pawn मार देगा, ड्रॉ हो गया, winning. So it is important that here rook f5 draw, rook f5, and in case you push this pawn, then I have time to bring the rook heart. Now I have to only watch this square. The king is there. You start king. You start king. हो गया. Alekhine white, who is black? Tata cover. Tata cover is black. 1922. Alekhine Tata cover. So RD5 exclamation. Hold the position. In case of F2, rook आ जाएगा और king आ जाएगा. हो गया. सौरभ विश्वास. Cannot white try for a win? How can you? How can you win? अभी ये थ्रेट है. Once you come here, you lose the chance. अभी एक मुंह की बात है. Now this is bad. It is bad here. अभी आ गया. अभी ये आया तो ये आ जाए. ये कहां से विन होगा? हाँ? Maybe I should play here. Maybe I should play here. अब इसको कौन रोकेगा? Not working. Because if you come rook, if you here, then pawn f2 is coming. So advanced pawns. So you have to play rook here, and that is only correct move. Calculation. The old grandmasters were very good in end game and middle game. All right, Durga Babu, I will show one of my game with Yefim Geller. Where is this? It is on the. It is like a building a fortress. Two games I played with Peterson and Geller. Both were based on fortress. Here, as white, I played here h4. Now the position is equal. He cannot take the pawn. The rook will enter g7. It should be equal. I will dissolve the backward pawn. आगे कुछ नहीं है अभी. This is bad. If you play, then a blockade will come. So this pawn will lose value. So हो गया काम. अभी develop. अभी no more bishop d5. Now I open up. He has left the file. Now rook d3. If you take, my king will take the square. Draw. But I have to build a fortress. Now his plan, he has 3-2. So he will prepare a pass pawn here. Again holding that. The whole point is these two are having a fortress. The king cannot enter. Wait, wait. Now if you come king, again I will push back. Suppose you come, a check will send him back again. So fortress. So waiting. So pass pawn. Now I exchange because now opposite color bishop will come. Now holding a fort. Knight is watching, bishop is watching this, the pawn is watching. So the king cannot cross. And if you take, it is opposite color bishop with the targets. If he takes it, it is an easy draw. Suppose you take, now I will take. Now apart from the passed pawn, this pawn will fall. By that time you come here, I will wipe these pawns, both the pawns. So this is no more win. Now if you come here, now I will wait. So if you push this, both the pawns will fall. So there is no more win. So this is opposite color draw. So here, no win. I just wait. I just wait. The point is he cannot cross. If he tries to cross over, then bishop check will push him back. And bishop. So he cannot go. Now he wants to cross over. Now he wants to come. So actually you can do this also. You can hold on to this. Once again it's a draw. All this is controlled. But I decided, I got bored. I played this move. Enter if you want to enter. Now hold controlling both. I'm giving the pawn. You can take, but this pawn will fall. So कुछ नहीं है, no entry. You are welcome to take. No entry. No entry. मार नहीं सकता है, किंग आ नहीं सकता है, कुछ नहीं. Actually, this is unnecessary move. I should just play here. I should just wait. Unnecessary, I am provoking. Nothing, no progress. अभी ये टारगेट छोड़ के मत आना. ये टारगेट है. आया अभी मारो ना मारो कुछ नहीं होता. ड्रॉ. No entry. Suppose you come again the repetition. I will diagram 3 बार repeat हो गया. You cannot enter, you cannot take, draw. You can show, yeah, this is draw. Okay. Okay, friends. So I shall see you tomorrow, and tomorrow I will only do some end game, practical end game class between top players, and some interesting theoretical end games also. So tomorrow both the session I will devote to end game. So तब तक गुड बाय. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. टेक केयर.